Hi traders, welcome to another video. Today I want to keep this video as short as I can. So we are analyzing the dollar index, the Euro USD, AUD gold, AUD USD, and USD Swiss franc. You see how I have them on my watch list there. These are the pairs that we are analyzing for the week that we are approaching. So I really don't want to waste time, so let's get straight to the video, guys. Let me zoom the chart. Wait. So stay to the end of the video, or rather in the middle of the video I'll be giving out tips on why I am trading these pairs specifically, and I will give you the reason why, right? So if you look at the dollar index, we had a high, right, and we had a low, and when the market came to the low, it proved to be valid. It supported and went up, right? As it went up, it created a new high, right? It came down. So now we know if the market was gonna go down, it was not supposed to break the last high that it made. Rather, it was supposed to have broken the low that it had made. So break below, creating a new lower low, then a new lower high. Then by that time, we can say the market is bearish. But now the market, instead of breaking the low, it didn't. Instead, it formed a double bottom. And then it went up to break the high that it last made. So because it broke the high, this is why then I have this over here, and I'm anticipating a buy. Sorry, this is a sell thing. This is why then I am anticipating a buy on this market, because because the market broke into the last high, so it definitely indicates me to be a bullish market, right? And why do I have my stop loss so tight? The reason is this was a resistance for so many times. It resisted the first time, the second time, third time. So if ever the market can break below and then come above, I am definitely confident it's going to resist again and go down. So because of it's currently above, I'm really looking for the market to just go up, but obviously it won't just go up. There are levels over here. It can go up, maybe come down a bit, go up, come down a bit, and then take profit. You know, the market move in zigzag pattern. So this is what I'm looking for in the dollar index, and this is a daily time frame. So if you can go to this is a daily time frame. So if you can go to a 4-hour, in the 4-hour time frame, pretty much is the same thing. This was the last high, and the market is coming down to that level, and it looks like it's finding its support from this last peak that we had over here. You see how it's been ranging ever since it got there. So it went up, came down, went up, came down, so found a new support over here. So from here the market can definitely go bullish, and yeah, so that's what I'm looking for the week. I'm looking for the market of the dollar index to buy. And now the tip that I said I was going to give you, see how those pairs that I chose specifically, they have a correlation, be it a positive or a negative correlation. So the dollar index correlates negatively with Euro USD, and I'll post a video on that maybe later today, I don't know. But whatever that you are seeing here on the dollar index, you see how we have a bullish market here on the dollar index. We should be having a bearish market on the Euro USD, exactly the same pattern, right? See how we have a resistance, and then a break above, and then a support. Now let's go to Euro USD and see what we have, right? It's definitely the same thing. We have a support broken above. Now it's going to be a resistance, and then for a sell. So they have what we call a negative correlation. So what I've analyzed on the dollar index, I don't need to then reanalyze on Euro USD, because it's already given. I just need to outline it, right? So this is what we have. We had that double top, and in the dollar index we had a double bottom. So, and then that double top pushed the market down. It failed, and then now we've broken successfully below. So I'm waiting for the market just to give one candlestick up, just one candlestick up maybe, and then shoot to the downside, obviously. But I won't instantly expect the market to go there. It's too far. It can take maybe days if it ever gets there. It can take weeks. It can take months. The market can just range, right? But this is what I'm looking for overall. But for me to trade the week, I can definitely look at this as my take profit, right? I can look at the market in this manner to say, okay, it's here, maybe it can go up just a little bit and then come down, and then on this level, that's where I take my take profit, right? But now let's say the market doesn't respect my setup and instead it breaks above. What I'm looking for is a retest now, and then from here I want to buy this market up, right? But this I can serve as my first take profit, and then from there I can just be scaling in and adjusting my stop losses. So the reason why I use that as my take profit is because whenever the market gets there, it reacts in some sort of way. So it reacts to the market. So you don't want to be stubborn and be having unrealistic take profits. You take profit where the market is going to react next, so you don't lose your trades. So that's what we have on euro. That's what we have on euro USD. We are looking for sells. Now going on to gold, the chart is clean on gold, but we all know how gold has been for the past few weeks and months. So see how this was the last high, right? I always say this was the last high that it made before it created this low, right? It's the last high, and it's the highest high that gold has ever made ever since, right? It was the last high before this low. No, man. Okay, so now we had a trend line that we had on gold that had formed before here. It's a trend line like this. It's a trend line like this. Other ones can put it like this. It's totally up to you. But I will put it like this. This is the trend line. It's actually not a trend line, but a channel. There was a channel that was there, but it wasn't respected as much after a few weeks. Right. So you see how it was touch, a touch, and then a touch over here. So it was a valid trend line, the first touch, second touch, and then for the third touch we really didn't get a third touch. Instead the market started to play, right? It started to range, it started to not have a structure, all those things. So I did say in the past videos that we were above support, right? And I said I was looking for buys on gold, strictly bullish market. I said that. And what happened last week is we definitely had a bullish market on gold, right? Look at how the market respected this level here, but it obviously came down just to, you know, play around, but it respected that level over there, and it definitely went up, right? And we saw this big move with that candlestick on Friday. That candlestick, it was on Friday, and I saw other people, they were buying, and after they bought, they took a sell immediately, and they were still in profits, good profits. It was about 28 pips. Some will say it's 280, but I call it 28 pips, because if you count it, really it's 28 pips. So this, I said, is my take profit. If I can buy here, this would be my take profit, right? And now the market just spiked. It spiked not on that level, but on this level over here. It spiked on this level over here. So what am I looking for on gold for the week of next week? To be honest, I would say to people, step away from gold at this moment. It has no structure. It hasn't been making higher highs, it hasn't been making lower lows. Gold, what it's been doing, it's ever since it came here, see how it rejected from this this zone over here that we had in the past. Ever since that drop, gold hasn't been respecting anything. It dropped there, which was expected at that time, because it was a support before, expected to be a resistance obviously, and then it dropped. But ever since it got to this low, it went up. We were expecting maybe the market would come down to the low. Immediately it came, it went up, but finally it did come. When it came down, it went as far as to the last low that we had. breaking people, taking people out on their stop losses for the buys that they had. People had buys over here, took them out. Insane, right? Other people entered for buys, and when it came up, we were expecting, okay, at least it went to the low. Now the market has to break above this level, and guess what? It didn't break above. It just came down again to the same level, and that was the week of last week where I said we are looking for buys, and that's exactly what happened. We are looking for buys, but currently, for myself, I would never. I'm not analyzing it for the longest of time. Gold, I like to scalp it when it moves in this manner, because it moves back and forth. It's not yet decided on the direction. So that was last week. We said the market would from here would take buys and go up, but currently, if you look at it, it's not yet doing much. Maybe if we go to let's go to a 1 hour time frame, or rather let's go to a 4 hour time frame. And the reason why I'm analyzing gold together with AUDUSD is because they have a positive correlation, right? So if gold is at a support, I promise you AUDUSD also has to be at a support. But if it's not at a support, it has to be at a resistance. If it's at a resistance, then it means the market is gonna range. If you ever look at gold and AUDUSD and they are giving you two different stories, you should know it's about to range. Gold is about to range, and it's going to be in a very, very, very long range, right? So last week the market was really not that productive for me, if you ask. It went up, it went up, but very slowly, and then when it reached that high on Friday, we saw how it spiked out. I had a sell that I took here, but the market then dropped. It took me out and then it dropped, right? But it was okay, because I understand you win some and then you lose some, right? So on gold for now, I can say, yeah, we can be looking for sells, temporary sells, and the reason is because but I don't recommend it for anyone. If you know your account is big enough, you can definitely wait for the market to pull back up again, and when it's here, you can enter for sells up to this low, because that's what it's been doing pretty much. It's been going up and down. But if that's not the case, if gold ever breaks above here, maybe you can support from here and then your buys, and then this is your take profit over there. Unless then it breaks above, then that's where you can retest and then continue for future buys. So I said gold, and so let's go to AUDUSD. I don't have any comments on gold, but if you have a small account, please. My god, I think okay, now we are going to I think it's AUDUSD. Yes, AUDUSD, and if you look at it, it has a very beautiful structure, a very clean, and if anyone was trading this market, they definitely are happy at this moment, because I've been seeing it has been respecting each and every structure that it was making. Maybe if we can go to the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, you see how we had a last high there that was made. This was the last high that we had, and this was the last low the last low that we had, right? And the market, you see how it made this low but couldn't break below this low. By the time it moved up, it was already an indication that this is going to be a bullish market. Now see how that high, it created a new higher high. So from here, I was obviously waiting for a retest and then a continuation to the upside, because that's what it was happening. It's a break, retest, and then a continuation to the upside. That's just the daily time frame. That's what I was looking for. Now if you go to a 4-hour time frame, you would see that it definitely was a good market to play around with. If you were there when I made the analysis, this was definitely a good one, but at that time I thought the AUD was gonna sell. I was gonna short, because it looked as though it was failing to move out of this level. But you see how then this last high is broken, and now we are supporting. So I really don't have much to say, but to say this market is bullish. This market is bullish, and how you place your stop loss is really up to you, but this is how I would have it. This is the last high, is gonna be my take profit. I would never risk having my stop loss in the middle of nowhere, where I don't even know if the market is ever gonna get there. So this is what I would be saying for AUDUSD. So you should be definitely looking out for that. Yeah. And now USD Swiss franc, pretty much it's just a choppy market for me, and it's a choppy tradable market if you know how to use it in correlation, right? This one, the AUDUSD, USD Swiss franc, and gold, they have a correlation. They have a correlation, but it's not 100% like it is on EURUSD and on DXY, right? The correlation that it has, I'm trying to get on a daily time frame here. Okay, this is a daily time frame. Wait. I'm trying to see what the market has been doing, right? Okay, so this market has no structure. It's just a ranging choppy market. You see how it's not an uptrend, it's just been a range all along. Consolidation, that's what they call it. The market has been consolidating. But if we can look at the most recent structure, you see how this was the last high, and then this was the most the lower low that we had. This is the lower low, the lowest that we ever got on this pair. So what I would say on this one is it's currently trying to go up, right? So if you want to take sales when the market reaches this level, immediately when it reaches that level, enter for short positions and target. You can target this level, or you can target this level as your overall. But if ever the market then decides to not respect this resistance and breaks above, then definitely it's a retest and then a continuation to the upside. And this is definitely the highs that you will be targeting to go for, where you could take profits. And that's pretty much what I'm looking for, right? So now I think we are done analyzing. And if you have comments, you can comment down below, be it maybe you didn't like how I analyzed, you can tell me on how to improve. If maybe you liked how I analyzed, you can just comment good. If you have questions, you can just comment down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Your support is really appreciated, guys. It helps me grow and encourages me to keep on pushing. So thank you for watching up to this far. If you are, I love you guys, and I am out.